This movie is based on the 2006 self-help book from Rhonda Byrne, which has sold tens of millions of copies with the help of Oprah Winfrey's blessing. This romantic drama is filled with vapid platitudes about the power of positive thinking. Katie Holmes is playing Miranda Wells, a widowed single mother of 3 kids who's managing a New Orleans seafood restaurant. She's buried under massive stress and debt. She's also half-heartedly dating her boss, which is more of a source of pressure than joy. Things start to change for the better after she smacks her minivan into a car driven by the handsome, mysterious Bray Johnson, played by Josh Lucas, who promptly fixes her vehicle during a terrible storm, has a slice of pizza with the family, and then decides to really stick around and fix her roof after a tree falls through it. This movie is deeply weird and senseless. You won't derive much inspiration from this movie besides some unintentional laughter to briefly brighten your day. Director and co-writer Andy Tennant's film takes place in a generically quaint small town full of blandly nice people who are devoid of characterization. Even something as potentially thrilling as an approaching hurricane cannot liven things up. There is nothing new, exciting, or particularly challenging about what this movie is selling. You would be forgiven for thinking you'd seen this movie before, as it hews so closely to the kind of comforting fare airing 24/7 on the Hallmark Channel. This movie has some of the stiffest acting imaginable, some of the worst dialogue you've ever heard, and a storyline that's utterly baffling. The philosophy about positive thinking that characterizes this movie doesn't make for an interesting movie. There is nothing compelling or thoughtful or emotionally stimulating about nice people doing nice things for each other and wondering what might be motivating such kind behavior. The conflict arrives in melodramatic form in the third act. This is one of those movies where everything would be resolved quickly if the 2 main characters had a basic conversation at the outset. The screenplay is a shameless pile on the contrivances that throws in everything from a mysterious character whose identity is deliberately kept from us in a ham-fisted way of distracting us from their true identity, to a finale that actually involves the arrival of a pony as part of the happy ending. As for the big secret Bray is carrying, that thread is stretched out beyond all plausibility and also raises more than a few questions of its own that it has no interest in answering. The characters played by Holmes and Lucas are boring sims throughout, and they seem to be struggling to keep their eyes from rolling whenever they are on the screen. This movie is dumb, silly, and tricky concoction that will sorely test the patience of anyone who tries to sit through it even at their comfort home. Obviously, we do not recommend this movie at all.